Hi Aries, welcome to May. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. Before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a new moon in Taurus and a full moon and this is an eclipse moon in Sagittarius. We also have Mercury and Venus moving into Gemini. Jupiter will be moving into Pisces. Saturn will go retrograde on May 23rd. And then Mercury will go retrograde on the 29th. So we have a lot of stuff going on this month, which I'll get to later. But let's see what's coming up for Aries in terms of relationships this month. Love and relationships. And then we'll get into the astrology later. Okay, what does Aries need to know about love and relationships for the month of May 2021? What is coming up for Aries? What is coming up for Aries? Sun, moon, or rising? Okay, the Lovers. The Two of Wands, I'm sorry. The Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Devil, the Ten of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Tower. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So, major changes coming up this month. So we start out with the Lovers. This always involves a choice. There could be a strong attraction that comes up this month. You have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is like a potential partnership. It could be a business relationship. Or it could be someone you meet through your work. But the Lovers is also... it's a choice between two paths. So there's going to be something that happens this month you're going to have to make a choice, make a decision. Do I want to take this path or do I want to take that one? Do I want to be in this relationship? Do I want to be in that relationship? Or it could even be, do I want to stay or do I want to go? So right now with the Two of Wands, you're in this contemplative mode. Like, okay, I'm just starting this thing and let's see where it's going to go. You're kind of waiting to see what the results are. You have the Three of Cups here and the Seven of Cups. Three of Cups is a card of party, celebration. But it's also, it could be a love triangle, and you may have more than one option. I feel like you may have, for those who are single, you may have several options to choose from in terms of relationship. But there's going to be one, like you might be dating different people and, everything's okay, but there's going to be one that's going to have a strong effect on you. And there could be, especially with this Devil card, it could be a very, strong chemistry, strong attraction. And the feelings are very passionate, the attraction, you may feel like you're involved with someone that you find irresistible and hard to break free from. So especially for someone, if you're in a relationship, there could be this pull, so if, let's say you meet someone new and you want to leave it, there might be some relationship you just can't find your way out of because they keep drawing you back in. But you've got the Wheel of Fortune here, so things are changing this month. Now you have the Nine of Wands coming up in the future with the Devil. That could be like you're obsessed with work. You've been so focused, like the Nine of Wands is like you're battle weary. You've been fighting battles. You've been struggling toward a goal. Maybe you're even obsessed about a goal. Or you're obsessed with someone in your life. And you can't seem to break free of that obsession. The Nine of Wands can sometimes mean you're really close in achieving your goal, so don't give up. The Nine of Wands could also mean something you thought was done comes back to be dealt with. So you might be dealing with a person that you thought, okay, we resolved this issue, and now they're back And there's this, with the Devil card, there could be issues around addiction, codependent relationship where one person's doing all the work and the other person is not really participating in the relationship, but yet you can't seem to break free. Or there could be, maybe you're dealing with someone who has some kind of an addiction problem or is a strong physical connection. If it's not addiction or drug addiction or alcohol or whatever, then it could just mean like you're in this relationship where you're kind of bound with this person and it's hard to break free. But you have the 10 of Wands here. You have the 9, and then it leads to the 10. So that means you're about ready to put down this burden. So whatever you've been struggling with, maybe there's some kind of problem that's coming in the way in between you and the person you want to be with. But the 10 of Wands, like you're taking on too much. You're taking on a responsibility that's really not yours, or it's coming to an end. You're completing something where you can put your burdens down. So for some, it could mean you're giving something up that's been a burden. Maybe there's a relationship that's been draining your energy and it's time to make some changes. And it could be that it's because of this new thing coming up, this change that's coming, that's in the wind, that's making you reevaluate your relationships and trying to decide where do I want to focus my love and my energy, and what do I need to break free from? What have I gotten sucked into that I need to break free from? And now in your environment, you've got the 3 of Pentacles. So with this 2 of Wands, if you're forming some kind of partnership with someone, it could be very successful. 3 of Wands is success, recognition. You have the 9 of Cups here. So I feel like there's a new beginning on the horizon that can be very good for you. It could bring you recognition. It could bring you success in work, and also love, because the Lovers is a strong connection. Someone is affecting you on a deep level this month. And the Tower, though, you have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is always, and it's in your wish fulfillment sector. So the 9 of Cups always means a yes. And the way the yes is answered, or the way the yes comes about, is through the major arcana. So you have the Tower, and the Devil, and the Lovers. What else is major here? The Wheel of Fortune. So, the Devil and the Lovers, they're kind of similar in their energy, except that the Lovers is a healthy union, and the Devil is a toxic union. It could be. Like you're bound to someone, and it's not good for you, but you can't break away. The Lovers could be like a soulmate connection. And the only way you're going to achieve this wish fulfillment is through major change. Because the Tower comes up when you see the truth about your situation. When it's like an enlightening experience. And you may have to break down something to rebuild in a new direction. And this Wheel of Fortune is saying things are changing. So if you've been in an oppressive relationship, or something that's really not working, but you're having a hard time breaking free of it, the Tower can bring that freedom. The Tower can bring collapse so that you're no longer spending your energy on something that's not in your best interest, and now you're free to move in a better direction. This is for people who are involved in someone in a toxic relationship. May not be for everyone, but on the positive sense, the Tower can mean major change. It doesn't always have to be negative. It can mean just major change because of some new development that comes into your life, new beginning, new partnership that frees you from past pain and sorrow, or holding on to something that's no longer, like you're taking a new direction in life. Things are changing and it's bringing you what you really want, but not without major change. So it's like transforming your life in some way. And I feel like it's going to be a good influence after you get through the chaos of the Tower, because it's like you're starting from ground zero. But you won't have that heavy burden. You won't have those heavy energies. This will be a freer energy, a more, you can breathe now kind of thing. So let's see what the astrology has to say. But you are going to have to make a choice, because even the Seven of Cups is about being stuck in the choices. So you may know you have to make a decision, but you've been putting it off. At this month, I don't think you can put it off anymore. I think it's going to be fairly obvious what you need to do. And you have to take action, even if it means major change. But the end result will be the Nine of Cups. So you're going to get what you wish. You're going to get fulfillment on some level at the end of the chaos. So for you, you have the new moon in Taurus in your second house. That's the house of money, finance, the money you make, what you value, how you see yourself. So this could be a new beginning. And this moon is, it's kind of close to Uranus, but it's not really that close, because the moon is 21 degrees, Uranus is 11 degrees. But Uranus has an influence. So there could be some unexpected development that affects your finances. And when Mercury and Venus move into Gemini, Mercury is going to move into Gemini on the 4th, and Venus is going to move into Gemini on the 9th. So they're going to be close. They're going to be almost conjunct. And Uranus is going to be trining. Well, no. Uranus is going to be like a sign away from Mercury. And that's all going to be in your third house. So I feel like there's some kind of message coming in. And it could even be Venus and Mercury are going to be in your third house. That's your local environment. So you could find love just running around the neighborhood or communicating with people through communication. And the North Node is in Gemini. The North Node is around, let's see. It's close, Venus. I think Mercury is close to the North Node. So communication is going to be important this month. You have Mars in Cancer. Uranus in Taurus is going to be sextile Mars. So, and that's in your 4th house. So there could be some surprising developments around the home. With Mars going through your 4th house, you're either fighting with the people you live with, or you're doing work around the house that's keeping you busy, that you're working hard, either renovating the house or trying to make it, you could be fighting with family members, because the moon can represent family. Maybe you're fighting over financial situation. There could be some money issues that are on the table. Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius. Now Jupiter is at this new moon. Jupiter will be 29 degrees Aquarius, and then right after the new moon on the 14th, the new moon happens on the 11th. The 14th, Jupiter moves into Pisces. So Jupiter goes from your 11th house to your 12th house. Now Mercury is also trining Saturn. When Mercury moves into Gemini, it's going to be trining Saturn. So, and that's in the 11th house. So the 11th house has to do with groups you belong to, friendship. You're going to be seeing the truth about the friends that are in your life. Who is my real friend? What groups do I really need to belong to? Where do I need to make a commitment? Where do I need to speak my truth? Because communication, Mercury in the 3rd house, trining Saturn in the 11th. You may have more conversations with a friend, serious conversations, like where are we going with this friendship? Where are we going with this relationship? Am I on the right track with my goals? Do I need to make a commitment, more of a commitment, work harder toward my goal? And when Saturn goes retrograde, you may be rethinking your path. You may be rethinking your friendships. Who do I really want as a friend? What groups do I really want to belong with? Are you doing a lot of work with a group of people that you really don't share the same values? So those are going to be issues that are on the table, especially when Saturn retrogrades, because it's going to go retrograde for several months. So you have a lot of time to think, to recalculate about who are my true friends, what groups do I really want to be with, and how can I best fulfill my goals. Neptune in Pisces is in the 12th house. Jupiter is going to move into Pisces on May 14th until July, the end of July. When Jupiter moves into Pisces, Jupiter, you're going to be thinking more of spiritual things, psychological things. You might need to take time out to meditate. Think about, what do I believe? What are my blockages? Jupiter's kind of like a guardian angel. Jupiter in the 12th, there might be someone working behind the scenes to help you. So if you're going through a difficult time, you have someone like a guardian angel, or some help comes from behind the scenes. Like someone might be just helping you, wanting to help you succeed. You could be getting spiritual guidance with Jupiter, or it'd be a good time to go to, to take time out and really think about what direction am I going in? What do I need to look at that I'm hiding from myself? But Mercury trine Saturn is a positive influence, so you could be hearing some good news, maybe from a relative or friends. Mercury in the 3rd house is also good for contracts. Mars sextile Uranus is going to help your financial situation. So you might be working from home with Mars in the 4th house on a new project, because Uranus represents the new. It could be something that has to do with technology, and it's going to bring in some money. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde, Mercury's going to go retrograde at the end of the month. So if you're signing any contracts, you want to do it early in the month. Don't wait till the end of the month, because then there'll be confusion and you may regret your decisions. So if you have to make a major choice or a major decision, do it at the beginning of the month, before the retrograde period. If you need to buy any technology, or you need to do anything that has to do with buying, selling, electronics, anything that signing a contract, do it early in the month before, because when Mercury goes retrograde, things may unravel, or whatever you set up may take a different direction. So then we have this lunar eclipse. Now, the lunar eclipse is happening in your 9th house, and it's in Sagittarius, and that is a full moon. So it's activating your 9th house and your 3rd house. The 9th house is the house of higher education, publishing, legal situations, belief systems, long-distance travel. So you might be finishing up a project that has to do with communication, has to do with teaching, learning. Sometimes a lunar eclipse can eclipse a female figure out of your life, because it's lunar. Lunar represents female. Solar eclipses represent male. But something is ending. Something's coming to completion. It could be a positive completion, like I'm finishing up this project and now I need to move on to the next thing. Sometimes it could be an ending where you realize, I have to end this. I have to end this contract. I have to end this connection. The sun is going to be, so this is at 5 degrees. And let's see, what is it close to? It's kind of close to the north node. The moon in Sag is actually conjunct the south node, and the sun is conjunct the north node. It's about 5 degrees away. So it's time to release the past. It's time to release past patterns and past beliefs, systems that have been standing in your way. And to embrace, if anything's been holding you back, especially your belief systems, or old patterns, or maybe you've been overextending yourself, because Sagittarius is thinking nothing could ever go wrong, or just taking on too much. Maybe it's time to start to speak up, because Gemini is about communication. So maybe you need to change your thinking in a certain situation. And Venus and Mercury are going to be in your 3rd house. So there could be love coming, or a message coming. You might be hearing from a relative that you haven't spoken to in a while. Especially when Mercury goes retrograde. Sometimes Mercury tends to bring people back from the past. And when it's conjunct Venus, it could be maybe a past love comes back, or someone that you were interested in at one time. Or a past hobby. Venus can rule, art. It also rules money. So you might be signing a contract where you're going to be working on something that you had once worked on before. But like I said, you want to make sure, because this moon is it's going to be close to the Mercury retrograde. So you don't want to start anything brand new with someone you've never worked with before. If you are going back to something and you're committing to something that you had already started in the past, but now you're just going back to it, that's fine. So if you're going back to an old employer, or you're going back to an old relationship and you're trying to make it better, if you're redoing something, that's good. But if you're starting something brand new, you may want to rethink it and try to postpone it until we get past the Mercury retrograde. Because if you start something new during a Mercury retrograde, things can change that you couldn't foresee, and you may regret your decision later down the road. Mars is trining Neptune at this full moon, so you're feeling very ambitious. It's a good time because you have Neptune in the 12th. It's a good time to deal with some psychological issues around home, family, your early childhood, and get rid of all those, especially because Jupiter will now be in the 12th house in Pisces. So Jupiter's helping you to deal with some psychological issues that may have been working against you. Maybe they're like blind spots that you're not even aware of. And Neptune in the 12th house, it's like a dark night of the soul time where you're not sure what you believe. It might be like what do I believe? What's my purpose? Why am I here? So you're having all these questions, looking for a spiritual path that makes sense. Jupiter will help that. When Jupiter moves into the 12th, it will help you find that path. But you may have to also release old belief systems or old ideas that you have around spirituality, or any kind of blockages. Maybe you've been taught by your family and they don't make sense anymore. But they've created some kind of pattern within you that you're not even aware of. And you have to release that. You have to clear that out. Saturn will be in the 11th house. And Uranus will be 12 degrees Taurus. Saturn will be squaring Uranus all year. It's only 1 degree away at this full moon, so you may have some conflict around money with friends or a group that you belong to. You may feel restricted because the money that you wanted to or you expected to receive may be less, or you might get some pushback from authority figures about financial situation. That's the only challenge I see with the Saturn-Uranus right now. And it revolves around, with Uranus in the 2nd house, you might be working on some kind of freelance project. And, money comes in and it goes. It's like very volatile, like it's feast or famine. And it all revolves around how you value yourself, because your values are changing. Uranus is freeing you from the old pattern of how you think about money and how you think about your self-worth. And so you might find yourself attracted to different things, different paths, different ways of making money. But Mars trine Neptune is going to be a positive thing, even though Mars in Cancer is not really strong. But Mars in Cancer is very good at defending your family. So you might be fighting for, if you're defending people in the home. It's a good time to spend energy around the house, because if you're not doing something physical, you might be fighting with the people around your house. And it might be based on some subconscious pattern that's coming out of the 12th house with Neptune. So Neptune, you want to see, maybe you need some downtime. Maybe you've been spending too much time working and not enough time, recharging. So the lunar eclipse can eclipse, like I said, for some of you, if you're in a relationship, it can eclipse someone from your life. It doesn't have to be a partner. It could be someone, a family member that you may, or groups or friends that you feel no longer make sense in your life and you need to move on. But the new moon in Taurus can bring a new financial opportunity your way, or a new way to start to feel better about yourself. So I feel like there a lot of things are changing, and you may have to go deep and do some psychological work so that you can release past patterns that have been holding you back or sabotaging your success. Because you have a lot of opportunity here, but you also have choices to make. So choose wisely. Think about what your choices mean in terms of your goals, and release anything that doesn't serve you, that no longer serves you, or that's draining your energy and exhausting you. And focus on what brings you joy, what makes you feel good about yourself. So that's my forecast for May, Aries. I hope you enjoyed this forecast, this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you scheduled. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, ordering readings. Have a wonderful May. Don't be afraid of change. I don't think you are. Aries has a lot of courage. You have an opportunity to rebuild your life in a better direction. So take that opportunity. Don't miss it. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.